Hi, and welcome to the City of Henderson online tutorial and demo to discuss upcoming changes to our online services currently used by our development and license customers. These changes will go live on Monday, March 6, 2017. When we go live on March 6, the DSC Online that you may currently use will change significantly in look, feel, and use. We would like to go through those changes with you so that you are aware. The new system, like the old system, allows you to view the status of your permit. This means the overall permit status, the status of your plan reviews, as well as the status of your inspections. The new system utilizes an invoice system as opposed to a simple list of fees on an account. All invoices will be viewable, and almost all fees will be able to be paid online. The only fees that are unable to be paid online are fees that we term as pass-through fees, which are fees that we collect on behalf of another entity and pass them through to those entities. I guess the best main three examples that I can think of pass-through fees are the multi-species desert habitat conservation and protection fees, sometimes more commonly referred to as tortoise mitigation fees, that are collected and passed through to Clark County, or the transportation fees collected and passed through to the RTC and the Southern Nevada Water Authority fees. But however you pay these invoices, whether online or in person, the receipt for those payments will be available online via this system to view and print. So onto inspections, you'll be able to see inspection information in regards to the inspections that need to be called, those that have been scheduled, and those that are complete. Like before, you'll be able to add subcontractors to your main permits, but it is a different process because of the new system, and we will have instructions and a separate video just for that. You'll be able to view historically what has happened on a permit, like before. What has changed, though, is that we will begin allowing, but only for water heater and HVAC replacements, the ability to apply for, pay for, and receive your permit. So again, when we go live on March 6th, this ability will only be available for same water heater and HVAC replacements. A significant change in the new system to be aware of is the necessity to have a registered user or users connected to the permit as a contact in order to pay for a permitting fee or to schedule an inspection. What the City of Henderson is doing is that we're encouraging our development customers to register for an account ahead of time with this online system, and the early registration period is February 6, 2017 through February 22nd, 2017. The web address you will use to get to this registration here is, let me show you, is that, and write this down if you can, www.cityofhenderson.com/DSC, www.cityofhenderson.com/DSC. Right now, if you put that URL in, or if you put it in before, it took you to the DSC homepage, but it's going to, as of February 6th, to be redirected to a specific page that talks about this new permit change, this new permit system change. And on this page, the registration link is going to be available. But again, it's only going to be available between February 6th to February 22nd. I'm going to keep driving that home during the video. So let's take a look on how you will do this. So this is how the web page looks today. Under the heading of online accounts, right there, from February 6th through the 22nd, as we talked about, there will be a button that will say pre-register for an online account. It's not there right now. It'll be there starting on February 6th. But when you click that button, which will be situated right underneath here, you'll be taken to a web page where you can register. So once you click that register button, it's going to take you to this page right here. There's going to be two links on the side. One's going to say log on. The other one's going to say register. You're going to click that register link, and it's going to bring up this web form here. You'll see there's lots of fields here that you're all going to have to fill out. Everything that has a red asterisk next to it is a required field. And as you enter the information in, you are going to name your company, your phone number, etc., etc. Now, I want to highlight something because on our Internet Explorer browsers, sometimes we have a drop-down, sort of a suggestion box that comes up. So, you see, as I'm putting jessecustomer@gmail.com here, there's a suggestion. Hey, you've put this entry in before on a field that was marked for email. Don't choose these if you are using Internet Explorer. If you're using Chrome or Firefox, we haven't experienced that situation, but if you chose these, sometimes it doesn't recognize the information, and that red asterisk doesn't go away, and this submit button doesn't get chosen. So actually fully type out the information you want to put in. You're going to have to put your confirmation email twice. You're going to have to choose a password twice. Your contact preference. You can choose address, email, or phone. You're going to put the street number, not the full street address, just the street number. Then the street name, a suite number if applicable, and the type of street it is, avenue, street, lane. The address type is billing, mailing. Most likely if you're registering as a contact, a customer, it's going to be the billing address. You're going to put your city, your state, your zip code, and after you enter all this information and you have all the required fields, this submit button is going to become enabled. It's kind of grayed out right now. You'll see that it will become enabled. You're going to click that submit button and then you're done. You have registered for or registered on our system as an online user. From that point, you're going to get an email. And let me show you the email. So we logged into the email account, our email account as Jesse Customer, and we see that we received an email from DSC Online indicating that we have successfully registered for the online system. Now this email will detail how this is just the first step. The online account still has to be approved. Now it won't automatically be approved because we don't go live until March 6th. So on or about March 6th, you're going to receive another email that looks just like this email, but it's going to indicate that your account is approved. From that point, then you can go back to our online system and log in with the information that you had given us. So this helps us register for it. On or before March 6th, we're going to enter that information into our system and connect it with a contact that we see in our system and move forward from there. So once you have an approved account, you're going to go back to this website. And this is going to be, that'll be on March 6th. The website will be dsconline.cityofhenderson.com, the same web address you use today, but it'll be pointing to a different system as of March 6th. So you'll go to log on with that new information. I'm going to use another test account that we have made here. And let me log in. So it logs me into the account and it shows me all these permits that my contact or my user is attached to in the contacts. These are plans that I'm attached to. These are invoices that I'm attached to, invoices that are said to be past due. Past due, it's actually just, when it gets created, it's ready to be paid. So you can see I'm connected to some civils and some fire permits here. This is the home page. If you clicked on home, you would see this exact information here. You would see your username here. Let's go to one of these permits that I have created. Let's use this wall permit here. So I click on here. And it takes me to this wall permit. This is the new permit number. As you can see, it is a combination of a 4-letter and 10 numbers. This new 14-character number is the actual permit number, as opposed to before where there was a 4-letter permit type and a 10-digit permit number. There is now just this one 14-character number. The permit types that you may have memorized will not actually be same for same anymore. Anything converting over into our new system will still have the same permit type, the same 4-character permit type that it did before, but moving forward, that information will change. Civils are still PCVL right before their number, but the building permits themselves may change. Like in this particular case, a wall of this type may have been a BPWC or a BMWC. You can see in this case it's the BOTH, for just stands building other permit and then 10 numbers. An important note on the new numbers: there will no longer be temporary permit numbers. The permit number that you receive upon application is the number that will follow it throughout the life of its project. It does not convert into another number once issued through plan review. It just keeps its number. If there is a temporary number that is in the system, when we convert over into the new system, that temporary number mixed with the 4-character permit type as a prefix will remain your permanent number throughout the life of that project. If you have any questions of that, please follow up with an email to me. I want to detail the permit details here. We have, and this is in a test system, so bear with me. It indicates the type of building, the type of permit it is, what we call a sub permit type, which is the work class. It details the status of the permit. It details the description of the permit. And if you hover over there, you can see fully what the description of this permit is. The district it's in, any other details in regards to the permit, including its expiration date and its issue date. The IVR number will come off as we have no IVR for this system. And any address information would be here if applicable. On the contact details, it'll list not only the applicant, but several other contact types if they are available and put in at the application. If you need to update contacts, you can use this update contacts button to add more contacts to your permits, which then they'll be connected to the permit and they'll be able to see it online. You'll see the inspection information here. These are existing inspections, which means that they are either scheduled to be done or they have already been done. And scheduled inspections just has the list of inspections that are listed as required on your permit but have not as of yet been called. You can look at the fees here. If there are any fees remaining, they would be here and they would indicate the invoice that they were attached to. The fees that are paid, as you can see, the invoices are right here, as well as this print icon, which allows you to print the receipts for those fees. We have existing subpermits, remaining subpermits. The only thing that you'll really see for this is subcontractor registration or maybe a fire permit. And once registered, it'll be here. Subplans is not something that we're currently utilizing within the entitlement system. Maybe they'll find a use for it in the future, but it still remains even if it's not in use. Attachment details are documents that are attached to the permit. We have, in this case, the actual building permit attached to it. Users would, if they wanted to see any of these attachments, they would click on the view. It appeared on my other screen here, but in a PDF form. This is the actual building permit that you're issued. One of the things with this new EnerGov system is that when we issue the permit here at the city, it automates an email to the contact on the permit and attaches the permit in PDF form to them. In addition, when the project is done and the final inspection is complete, it will email the contact in PDF form the certificate of occupancy. In the lower part of this, you see the submittals. You'll see the building submittal and the community development submittal, and you'll see these numbers right beside it. That indicates the service target that we're looking to. 5 business days. These are like 1-1-1-1. This is a wall. Sometimes you would see 15-10 for 3 weeks, 2 weeks. In this case, this is when we received it. This is when we expect it to be due in completion, either complete or giving you the actual comments. Let me look at another permit so you can see that better in terms of the comments. Go back to home again. Let me point out on this permit, you'll see the list of more than one contact there. We have the mechanical contractor, we have me as the contact, have a property owner and applicant. Again, this is just a test system. This is not a real permit. The list of inspections that need to be called on there, but we were more referring to the plan review. On this plan review submittal, we have a utilities review and a fire review and a community development review. We can see that their utilities review and the fire review are already complete, but the community development list is incomplete and requiring a resubmit. If we click on it, you'll see activities related with that review, the plan routing, of course, and the community development review right here. We see there was a resubmit on it, so let's click on that. And we see that the comments are here. If there is a comment letter, or there's probably a lot more comments that may be here a little more specific, you'll see it here. You'll see these tables of corrections and recommendations that we're currently not using at the time, but we will look further as whether or not these would be valuable for our customers. I kind of want to show you a little bit more about fees. So let's go back to something where I can show you an invoice. So we're back on that test wall permit we were looking at before. If we scroll down, we go down to those paid fees. We talked about the invoice that was there. If it was here, there'd be a link here that allows you to pay it and take you to a payment portal where you can put in your charge information and pay for the permit. But the invoice is always available either here or here by clicking on the invoice number, and it pops up a window here. And you can see that it details all the line items related to that specific invoice. In addition, once paid, we talked about the fee being able to be printed. The receipt is available right to the right of the invoice. Click on that as well, and as you can see, here's the receipt that was paid. So if we were going to schedule an inspection, we would click on Schedule here. We would choose the date that we're going to request. Looking at the calendar, you will see when we're in the test system here, but in the production system, you will see that you're able to schedule out at least 5 business days ahead of time, not just for the next business day. In this case, we'll do the 6th. We can make a comment, but it will not let this one schedule because we have an inspection that has not yet been completed. So when I click schedule here, it will tell me that it's unable to do that inspection because there's something that was ahead of it that could not be done. In this case, this specific one. So here's an inspection that was scheduled. We can see who the inspector is and what schedule date it was. And if we want details, we click on Details. It gives us the information about this inspection. It'll tell us who the inspector is, the phone number of that inspector, and the email so that you can coordinate with them. If this had failed, there would be some information on the general comments as to the reason that it failed or part passed. So again, we're back on this permit. If you want to cancel this inspection prior to, you can use the cancel link to cancel that inspection online. If you need to request multiple inspections, you can use this button to request not just one inspection, but maybe 2-3 inspections that you may need to, and that are not prohibited to be called based on something that happened previously. So I just wanted to go over it one more time. Just as a reminder, when we're paying fees online, that only a contact designated as a billing contact on the permit can pay the fees online. But the permit can have more than one billing contact. In fact, all contacts can be a billing contact, but they'll have to be a billing contact if they want to pay the invoice online. That'll allow you to give everyone the freedom or be able to restrict who can and cannot pay for a permit. Just wanted to, as a reminder, that you could pay your receipt, also that you can see previous payments made on the permit. In regards to inspection scheduling, as a reminder, any registered contractor or subcontractor on a permit can schedule inspections and see the result of those inspections. The prime or general contractor on the permit can add their subcontractors to the permits as contacts. The subcontractor at that time or the prime can register the subcontractor. This has to be done prior to scheduling inspections of specific disciplines. In reference to building permits, this will mean anybody who's looking to do plumbing, mechanical, or electrical inspections on a main permit. If it's a plumbing permit or an electrical permit by itself, this information really doesn't apply. But we're talking about the actual main permits that have subcontractors on them. On a civil permit, this can be many different types of subcontractors. So if you have any more questions, do send them our way. Just want to thank you for your time listening to this online video tutorial. I'm welcome for any feedback or any questions that you have, and we'll be happy to assist. Thank you.